Hey, this is Mark, and today I've got my old friend long screw damage, iPhone 6 long screw damage. It's been a little while since I've seen one of these. Guess there are a lot less iPhone 6s out there in the wild getting screens changed on them nowadays. Let's see. Yeah, this whole area is spongy, so that shield's definitely got to come off. And this could very well end up being some third layer damage. Oh boy. Hope the second layer didn't come up right around here, because that would not be pleasant. Alright, this area is all trashed, so I'm not worried about saving any of that. Yeah, this is pretty bad shape. Let's see how our via is over here, though. He still seems solid, so that's pretty good. Don't have a lot of these guys down here at the bottom to work with, though. In fact, I got pretty much nothing. So I am going to have to lift up this trace for been a while, but if I remember correctly, this is one of the lines for ear speaker that carries the signal out to the speaker. Let's see, I might have enough trace left to just hook onto. You know what, we're going to lose him. I don't mind. Alright, I got a tiny little bit there. We'll see if I can make that work. If not, I'll have to lift that trace up. Ooh. Alright. These three guys, I don't have a lot of those to mess with. Don't have a lot there to hook onto. We're going to see if I can make it work. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would be really nice if my hot tweezer tips were a little newer. You know what? My hot tweezer tips are not new enough to work with traces that are that short. So I am going to lift him up. Yeah, we're going to need some more flux now. Oof. Oof. I hate it when that happens. All right. We can do this. We can do this. There we go. All right. Give this another try. Definitely would be a lot happier if I had a new set of tweezer tips right now. These are getting way fatter than I like for trace repair. That should do it. All right. I think everybody's connected. Nobody's shorting. Maybe a little bit right there. There we go. Now I think we're all good. Okay. Let's see if this sucker fires up now. There we go. Got an Apple logo, so we know we're good there. We know it's got image, and unless there was some other problem, it should boot. Or maybe it'll just decide that it's not going to. Oh, I see what has happened. Two of my other loose connectors just shorted themselves together, and that made it stop booting. Whoops. All right, let's give this another try. Like I was saying, once we see Apple logo, most of the time that means that it's going to boot. All right. Gotta get these things separated. Damn. One more try. There we go. Okay, Apple logo means it's going to boot most of the time. It's rare that there is some sort of secondary problem of the phone not booting with long screw damage. But sometimes, somebody misdiagnoses not booting as no image and tries a bunch of screens, mixes up the screws. But more often, it's the screws got mixed up when they were just doing a straight up screen change or when they're troubleshooting touch problems. So, the most common secondary problem I see with these is touch, but it looks like touch is working. So, good to go. That's the end of that. Just put some green UV mask over this, and we can call it done. Oh yeah, ear speaker. Got to deal with the old ear speaker. So I have torn that trace, bent it just a little farther than it could stand, and torn that trace off. So I'm just going to get rid of that little bit of the trace there. And I'll come in and run a short jumper. Now we're going to need a little bit more flux. There we go. That guy is loose at the end, but he is connected to his trace good. So I could worry about nailing that end down, or I could just make sure it's not shorting and leave it the hell alone, which I'm going to go that route. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. It just has to work. We usually tell our students that if you obsess with making it perfect, you're just going to end up causing yourself more problems. So when something looks perfect, that usually means you spent way too much time on it. Whether that be getting the pads perfectly flat or getting wires perfectly soldered down, just that kind of perfection habit leads to more problems, especially with beginners. So get over that perfection and just accept that good enough is perfect. Unless you're talking about CPU work, then perfect is perfect and nothing else is perfect. Nothing else is good enough. Perfect is all that works. All right. Got that on there. And then I'll just hit it with my new UV light that I had been using. Oh, where is it? This right here, this old UV flashlight. Been using that for a while. Runs off of 3 AAA batteries. It takes forever. And then Jessa turned me on to these. She's been selling these in the iPad Rehab supply store. These are awesome. They are super high powered UV and they cure this thing quick. So rather than sitting it here for 15 minutes and like forgetting about it, I can just hit it for a few seconds from a few different angles and it's going to be good to go. Love how cool that looks. All right, that should be good. Still a little soft. Maybe I'll give it a little longer. All right, now we're good. Okay, another long screw damage job done. Thanks for watching.